Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today I have a very interesting and kind of highly requested video about old diamond paintings. So if you are new to diamond painting, you might have started a little collection, and there's nothing wrong with that, as we know. But a lot of people are wondering what happens to those diamond paintings after a few years. So I'm here to answer that question for you. I've got a bunch of diamond paintings here that I'm going to show you up close, and we're going to see what they look like in YouTube when I unbox them compared to what they look like right now. So this should be a really fun video. If you have any questions, please stick around till the end and then leave me a comment down below if you don't see your question answered, and I will do my best to answer it promptly. Now, let's get started. How do you like the room, by the way? This is new. I finally got around to hanging up all of my finished diamond paintings, so I'm a very happy person right now. All right, so first up we have Mary's Diamonds. This is the first time that I ordered from Mary's Diamonds, and if we look at the video, it says that I actually made this video on November 4th of 2019, so it's a while ago. I'm curious to see what this looked like. Now you can see that there are puckers. I'll show you by pulling up the screen. There are puckers or like these kind of wrinkles in the back that I was trying to iron out. So let's just have a look-see. It was rolled on a foam core. How about that? So I went ahead and I used this method that I had seen online, which is to pull it, to use the ruler to straighten out the double-sided adhesive once you've pulled back, or before you pull back the sticker. I think it was Abstract Crafter who did that. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, and that is in the corner that I have not looked at yet. So we will look at that corner. Let's see what it looks like when I pull back the strip. Oh, there's a teeny tiny strip at the top. I forgot about that. All right, so it looks like it might be okay. Let's skip ahead and have a look. All right, so if we look at this, I've gone ahead and I've paused it so you can see that there are some little wrinkles there. And that's how it came to me. So let's go ahead and have a look at what it looks like now. So this is I'll show you the corner that we saw that little wrinkle in. So let's go up here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So those right there, those are rivers. So if you can see it here, we've got these rivers. Those rivers in the glue are going to keep the drills from lying down on the canvas flat. You can use a pair of tweezers, your nail, a pen, whatever you like, to try and to remove those. I have a video on that if you're curious. That was one of the reasons why I stopped buying double-sided adhesive canvases, and I had a lot. I have since given a lot of them away. So that's what that corner looks like. This is November of 2019, right? So that was a little while ago, but yeah, see, there's actually a major river in the glue there as well. So this one would take some work. I'm not actually planning on really working on this anytime soon. So, oops, that was some tweezers. But that is what Mary's Diamonds looked like at the beginning. As far as I understand, they have changed. So I'll just put them on the floor next to me. This next one was a present. This was a gift from the admin of a group that I used to be a part of for mystery diamond paintings, where they would pair you up with people who have, well, actually, I think it was random back then. And anyway, at the time, I was kind of obsessed with the idea of buying mystery paintings because I like to buy things for other people. I really do. And there was a giveaway in the group and I won, and she sent me this painting. Now, if we look at the YouTube video, this one did come to me in really rough shape. This is from the store Knobby Diamond painting, which was on AliExpress. And while it's a really beautiful image of some torii gates, because I love Japan and I went to Fujian Inari and I fell in love with it there, this particular one was badly damaged. So let's just quickly have a look-see. There was, yeah, you can see there was an issue in the glue at the bottom. And it looks like there's lots of crinkling and just puckering. So this one might be really interesting to look at. Okay, I'll let that play while I grab a corner and get it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Oh, well. I'd say that ends up on the table, stuck to it or something. But yeah, bad condition. It was definitely sent with a, whatchamacallit, a foam roller, but it's got squished. Not the lady's fault at all. So we'll look at this. Top looks okay. Did I speak too soon? Oh, there's a rip. There is a rip in there, so I want to make sure that I don't rip it further. I like the charting on this because it has those square, like a cross stitch kit. The adhesive looks a little dull. I don't know why. Try to get the shine off of my light there. There we go. Sorry for the canvas sounds. So the glare looks pretty bad on that. As far as the wrinkles and stuff goes, I would probably iron this before doing it. These are all the ones. If you're curious, I am keeping these in my stash for when I retire. And I'm no longer making YouTube videos. I don't have links for these because they were gifts. But if you look down here, I'm going to turn it around, okay? Because I can see that these, I couldn't get these down straight enough. Now, lucky for me, I keep these in an A1 size portfolio between my mattresses in the guest room. So they get lots of pressure, but that doesn't necessarily keep it from getting damaged. There's a little tiny pucker there that needs to get ironed out. There you go. See that? So while it did come damaged, it's still very sticky, thank goodness. And I should be able to iron out any of those kinks. Hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, so while I wait for the internet to come back, next up is, oh, and by the way, that last one was from August of 2019. This one is Victoria's Moon Take 2. This is the Fantasy Castle, which I hesitate to show because I'm pretty sure that that image is licensed to an artist and I haven't checked to see who it is. Is that video still online? I'm not 100% sure, but this was on December the 9th of 2019. And they have a very unique kind of adhesive. So this adhesive is very sticky. And I'm going to show you, this actually came in terrible condition. Another reason why I stopped getting the double-sided adhesive canvases, because they are just too susceptible to damage in the mail. So poured glue doesn't do this. Even if the canvas does get scrunched, it doesn't do that. So let's have a look and see what the canvas itself looked like. Okay, so it looks like I went in and I scratched out some of the air bubbles, maybe to do a demonstration, but it looks like there's some significant damage done to this canvas before it arrived to me, so it may not be fair for the purpose of this video, but it would be curious to see where it is now. So let's go ahead and take a look-see. We were somewhere in here, so I'm going to go ahead. Now this particular adhesive, this is just one big sheet. All right, it also has that look like it's dull or something, but it's still very, very sticky, which is great. But I do see where I scratched out the air bubbles down here. Oh my gosh, their canvas gives me a headache. So yeah, you can see that there's still some areas there that look a bit damaged, especially right in here. There's a really bad pucker right there. But that side looks okay. Let's have a look at the other corner here. I'm going to turn it upside down and have a look at this. Yeah, so I can see where I scratched them. So that looks like it worked. So maybe if you get them in really bad condition and you treat them, then they won't go really bad. See those areas there? Yeah. It smells. The adhesive is very strongly smelly. But that one looks like it's in okay condition as well, so that's a good sign. So this next one is from AliExpress. This is from May of 2019. And I remember unboxing this one and like trying to do the thing where you just roll it back from a, it was still rolled up. I'll show you. And see how I'm trying to peel it back from its relaxed state. I was kind of trying to experiment at that time with figuring out what will keep the canvas from getting really wrinkled. And as you can see, it looks okay, but it looks like it was under some pressure or something. So, oh, I forgot that I used to do the little signature in the bottom of my videos. So anyway, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Yeah, it looks like there's some rivers here in the glue. Let's go back a little bit. Maybe I'll show more. Oh, I flipped it over so I could show how to lay it down properly and how to get the rivers out. Hey, look, there's an actual theme happening here. All right, so it looks like there are some, or were some rivers at the top of this canvas, confirmed. You can't see that. You can't see that at all. But there are some kind of bumps there. So I'm expecting that we will find some rivers on this canvas, or evidence of it being pulled back. Oh yes. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. This is one of my favorites too. Okay. Well, there are a lot of rivers on this canvas. I don't know if it's because it came that way. Oh, that's bad. I can feel them over here as well. I did try to get rid of them. So double-sided adhesive, that's kind of the problem, in my opinion, is that this can happen. Now it obviously came this way, and I don't know if time made it worse necessarily, but that is something to keep in mind. This is a custom that I had made from Who It Can. This is a picture that I took, so I feel comfortable sharing it. And yeah, let's pull up that video. That should be interesting. This is from October 8th of 2018. And it looks like it came on the foam core. Very good. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of, oh, I was rolling it back the other direction, as we were taught to do. At the time, diamond painters were all about this, so I made sure that I was doing it the same way to keep all of those issues from arising. Not so sure if that matters anymore, but let's see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna just do that off camera. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I'm just gonna let it relax. Right. Let's see. And I think this one came out just fine, actually, when I'm thinking about it. I don't think I had any issues. Let's just, yeah, skip ahead, look at it from a different angle maybe. That looks fine. There's the usual puckering along the edges. For whatever reason, Who It Can decided that they were just gonna like do all of these little strips, which I don't understand. But you do you. Reason I didn't like this was because they sometimes they overlap, and sometimes you would rip the paper off. Like I have to do this bottom row because the one above it is underneath of it. It's very bizarre. I don't like this. Anyway, there is some, sorry, I have an itch on my face. You can see the areas where the poured glue kind of touches each other, that there is some rivering happening there. Nothing major, but it is a thing that was already happening in the first video. It's gotten a little bit worse, but it's not like it's the end of the world or anything. But can we just take a moment to like look at this? This is when they started doing this with their round drill canvases. This is what they were doing at that time, the end of 2018. I'm so glad that diamond painting has caught on, because I don't know if I'm ever going to do this. Next up, we are looking at an Oli or a Fujian. I can't remember. This is Colorful Sunflower, and this is the second one that they sent me. They actually sent me 2 of them. I'm pretty sure. I think this is the first one that they sent, and it was really, really badly banged up. And I think at the end of this video, I talk about them sending a replacement, which also had the same amount of damage. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and look. I'm going to go ahead and just hide that because there's no point. The internet is giving me trouble today. So let's just see. They had a different kind of adhesive. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and throw this away today because look at that. Look at that. I was actually hanging on to this for this moment because I wanted to see how bad this was going to look. You can see where when I got the canvas, I took out all of the air bubbles, but they are coming back full force around where I dug them out. And there are new ones there as well. And I don't know what it is, but this particular store, like the canvases from the store just didn't like me. See, I pushed it back down with my nail. I'm not going to be doing this canvas because there is definitely something about this crown double-sided adhesive, whatever it is strange, and I don't like it. So I'm just going to move that to the trash this way. All right, and this one was a Sophie Beauty, and it's like this abstract geode looking thing. It's really pretty. Let me see if I can find that video. All right, so the internet really did go down, so I'm gonna have to do this old school. So this is from Sophie, and ooh, what was I doing? I was recording when the sun was hitting the table. Back then I didn't have a lot of time to record, so it was whenever I wasn't working, basically. And the canvas itself looks to be in good condition, from what I can tell. There are some wrinkles there. You can see them just up in this corner. And other than that, I remember the symbols being super clear, and I was happy with all the colors. This is one of my favorite videos, actually, from back in the day. Don't ask me why. I think the colors really made me happy. I should go back and visit this canvas. So that is what it looked like before. Let's have a look at what it looks like after. Oh, and let me just check the date on that because you can't see the screen. April 28th. And that was a premiere. I think that's why I have such great memories. There was a live chat on the premiere. Maybe one of my first premieres, actually. All right, so... Ooh, that's not a good sound. There are rivers. All right, so I'm pretty confident in saying that if it came with rivers, and sometimes when it doesn't come with rivers, it still has that capability. Now, that is a generalization, of course, because I live in a very humid climate. And I'm well aware that temperature changes or changes in moisture could be affecting this as well. But there's one last canvas to look at. And that is an EverMoment. This has not been opened that I remember. I have two mystery paintings from EverMoment, and I don't know what they are, but I do remember taking one out and kind of showing you a little bit. I am not as afraid anymore to like touch this, but as an experiment, I kept it rolled up instead of straightening it, just to see if that helps. Unfortunately, the tube has kind of made the sticky part a little bit dirty looking, but I guess that'll happen. I don't know which one this is, but let's just pull back a little bit. Oops, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. So there is a little bit. Let's pull this piece back too. Can you see what I'm doing? I don't know what my camera has shifted. No wonder. Oh. If you're having trouble and the tape is coming up with the paper, just use your nail to stick it back down. Well, that looks to be like the normal thing, is that it's like pulling away a little bit from where the paper was cut. You can see it there. There's a bubble. River. Oop, just got my hair in it. But it looks to be, well, that looks like a face. but it looks like my theory might be right in that double-sided tape is not for me in my climate. It just seems like most of them do actually river after an indeterminable amount of time. Indeterminable isn't a word. So, what do you think? I have never had an issue with my poured glue canvases that I know of, but I could do another video like this in the future if you would like me to check on them as well. But for the most part, it was only the double-sided adhesive canvases that I seemed to have an issue with when it came to the rivers and puckers and things like that. But I'd be willing to do more research and just see if, after a few years, how is the condition of these things and how does it look? As far as there's no discoloration that I can see because they're still covered. And I think that this has definitely cemented to me that I do not want double-sided adhesive canvases in my home anymore. I mean, I'm going to do them if I love them and I want to see them on my walls, but as far as purchasing, I don't think I'm going to purchase anymore, but that is a decision that you should make for yourself, and I can't tell you any otherwise. So I hope that you found this video helpful and a little bit educational. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye!